All right, guys, let's get some NCAA basketball picks and props for Saturday, February 24th slate of games. Trey, let's take a look at that leaderboard. Have you start us off?
Yeah, I'm failing you. I'm sorry, Bear. I was 0-1. It's because I went with Columbia minus 3.5 against Brown. And Columbia, they were covering this game with probably about a minute and a half, minute 45 left. I was watching the last 6 minutes because we were doing our live show. Thanks for watching if you were there. In Columbia, they kind of broke down the past couple of minutes of the game. And I feel like the refs were kind of against us. And you can't win whenever that happens. Not blaming anyone but myself.
Yeah, and I gave out Ryder plus 2.5. I actually bet them minus 1.5 going up against Iona. They didn't trail this entire game. I didn't catch the first 4 minutes, but they did not trail the rest of the game. If they did trail in the first 4 minutes, they won the game by 3 points, I believe it was. Iona, they missed a 3-point shot at the end of the game. So Ryder did cover the spread. They didn't win outright for us as the play. 1-0 day. Trey, let's go with the player props. Have you start us off?
Yeah, 0-0 here. I gave out one of the last games on the slate with Keenan Blackshear over his 25.5 PRAs against San Jose State. I expect this guy to dominate. This is what he's been doing all season long for Nevada, and it's just going to be another game on his register.
Yeah, I had a 1-0 day on the player props. Enrique Freeman to go over 16.5 points going up against Kent State. I think he only had 4 points in the first half, had 2 fouls, then he came out in the second half, exploded, had 20-plus points, 10-plus rebounds. I believe it was his 22nd double-double of the season, which is incredible for the kid from Akron. So Enrique Freeman, 1-0 day for myself on the player prop. Trey, let's go to the group play. Screw the Toledo Rockets, man. I mean, screw them. I don't know why it says 0-0. This is obviously not the graphic I edited, but we both went 0-1. Toledo -4. They lost outright against Bowling Green. No effort, no energy. They came out like zombies, and then the second half, Bowling Green took over. So Toledo's the way better team. They lost their chance to win the MAC conference. So shout out Bowling Green for the win. Trey, let's go over to our plays for tomorrow. Have you start us off?
Yeah, this game is going to be a very entertaining game, though. Houston versus Baylor. I mean, is there anything to even say about it? These two teams, they attack very differently, though. Baylor, they're kind of high scoring, and Houston, they're very low scoring. They will force you and drag you out into a place in the deep water that you do not want to be. And I'm going to go with Houston here. Give me Houston -2.5 on the road. We did break this game down on the live show. We did all top 25 games on Saturday. So if you're interested in that, go over to our live show tab and go check that out. But I expect Houston to dominate here. And I said in the live show, anytime we can get Houston -2.5, anything close to a pick 'em, we have to take it. They're the best team right up there next to UConn, and I expect the Cougars to walk out of Waco, Texas, with a massive victory.
Yeah, for some reason, Trey, it says Baylor's first and Houston's 14th. I don't know why I flipped those, but it's Baylor number 1 in KenPom. Or no, Houston's number 1 in KenPom. Baylor's 14th, obviously. I'm going with Baylor, though. I said this on the live tonight if you guys watched on Friday, but if Langston Love plays for Baylor, I'm going to play Baylor +2.5. He's questionable right now. If he does not play, I'm going to be with Trey on Houston. I think he makes the difference in this game. Baylor, they've got really good guard play, just like Houston. I think they can match shot for shot with him. We just need to see Baylor play defense, and I think we're going to see that at home with the home crowd. So I'm going to take Baylor +2.5 right now. If Love is not playing, I'm going to switch over to Houston. So make sure you watch the injury report tomorrow. It's at 11 a.m. tip-off, so it's going to be early in the morning. Trey, let's go to our plays for tomorrow. Have you start us off?
Yeah, I'm going to take us back to the small colleges here. I'm going to be attacking this Idaho going up against Northern Arizona game. And this is going to be an entertaining game to watch, even if both teams, they've been below average this year. Idaho, they come in this game with a 10-17 record. They're also 11-13-1 ATS. And the Vandals, they are 3-9 on the road this year. And Northern Arizona, they entered this game with a 13-15 record. They're also 13-15 ATS. And the Lumberjacks, they are 7-3 at home this year. So one team, they play very good at home, and the other team struggles to play competitive road games. Give me Northern Arizona here, -2.5 in this game. I love that this number is so close to a pick 'em because the Lumberjacks, they're easily the better team. These two teams are kind of ranked somewhat close in the KenPom. Northern Arizona, they're currently 11 spots ranked higher than Idaho. So we're back in the better team here and the home team, which gives me confidence. And whenever we look at the history between these two teams, they've actually already played once this year, and that game was at Idaho. And Northern Arizona still won that game by 15 points. And they're at home here in this game, so I expect something similar. That's because Idaho, they have a trash defense. They allow opponents to shoot 44.9% from the field. And that works in our favor because Northern Arizona, they play at a very fast pace. If they can push the pace like they love to do and shoot that efficiently, I expect another double-digit win here for the Lumberjacks. So give me Northern Arizona -2.5 versus Idaho.
Yeah, Trey, I like to play there. For my play today, it's going to be the UConn Huskies at home going up against Villanova. I feel bad for Villanova in this game because they were just starting to play some good basketball, playing like they're a tournament team. I said about a week ago they have to split between the Huskies and Creighton, and I don't think they have any shot in hell to win this game. Give me UConn against the spread, minus 12.5, going up against Villanova. I don't know if anybody saw the tweet by Dan Hurley, but it was the Game of Thrones scene where Cersei was walking through the town and everybody was saying shame, ringing the bells. He put his face on her body and everybody was saying shame to him. And I feel like he's just going to have his team ready to play. This is the number one team in the country. After a loss on the road, he needed to put that tweet out to ensure everybody that they're going to be ready to play at home here against Villanova. It's a night game also, 7 p.m. The environment's going to be electric. I just think UConn's going to win this game by 30-plus points. I really do. They didn't cover the spread the last time they played Villanova. They only won that game by a point, and that's one of the games Villanova really could have won. If you guys remember me talking about their luck rate a couple weeks ago, that was one of the games that they blew towards the end. Villanova has also covered the spread in 5 consecutive games. They're playing very good basketball, so I understand people betting the plus 12.5, but that's a very bad mistake, I think. I just think this is a really bad spot for Villanova, having to go on the road off of a loss for the number one team in the country, UConn Huskies. Sometimes it just doesn't matter how good you're playing. The spot is just bad right now for Villanova. I'm going to take the Huskies. This is going to be a double-digit win back home. They might even put up 100 points. Give me the Huskies, minus 12.5 as the play. Trey, let's go to the player props. Have you start us off?
Yeah, I'm going back to the basics. Give me Terrence Shannon to go over 22.5 points versus Iowa. I really love this over for Shannon here in this game. We're going to see him dominate like usual. We backed him just a few days ago, and he smashed the over for us here in that game. That's because he's been turning up the points over the last 2 weeks, and I'm all here for it because over Shannon's last 4 games, he's averaging a massive 30.3 points per game, which is way over this number. In fact, in those 4 games, he smashed the over 22.5 points in every single one of those. And there should be no reason for him not to go off here in this game, especially whenever we look at his matchup versus the Hawkeyes. That's because as Iowa, they have a terrible defense, and you can blame most of it on their offense. They play at a very fast pace, and that's to the detriment of their defense. Iowa, they allow the 33rd most shots per game, and they allow teams to shoot 45.2% from the field. That's turned into allowing the 31st most points per game. Iowa, they allow 78.1 points per game. And we've seen here recently, Shannon, he's just putting the team on his back. And I think that's going to continue here. I can easily see him walking out here just eating a 30-piece nugget. So give me Terrence Shannon to go over his 22.5 points versus Iowa.
Love that one there, Trey. For my player prop today, it's going to be Antonio Reeves to go over his total points going up against Alabama. If anybody's watched either of these teams play all season long, you're probably thinking the same thing I'm thinking, is that there's going to be points scored in this game. Alabama feels like they scored nearly 100 points every single game. Kentucky feels like they score at least 80-plus points per game. Alabama on the road, they've been a little bit worse than at home, but this should still be a shootout. And I like Antonio Reeves to be a major part of the points scored in this game for Kentucky. This Kentucky team, they probably have maybe the best 1-2 combo guard in the nation, but it all starts with Reeves, who's scoring 19.7 points per game and shooting 50% from the field this season. Every game, it feels like he scores 20-plus points, and he has scored 20-plus points in 8 of the last 12 games that he's played. He's coming off back-to-back 22-plus point performances against Auburn and LSU, and in that LSU game, he was very effective in the first half. He scored 19 points, and he only scored 6 points in the second half as LSU made that big comeback. I don't think we're going to see Antonio Reeves take his foot off the pedal this time around against Alabama. He's going to be looking for a shot more in this game, and I like him to go over his total points against this very bad Alabama defense. Antonio Reeves over his total points as the play. Trey, let's go to the graphic. Have you start us off?
Yeah, guys, I'm going with Northern Arizona here, minus 2.5 against Idaho. They're the better team. They're at home. They won by double digits at Idaho. So, I mean, what are we talking about? Also going with Terrence Shannon, over 22.5 points versus Iowa. The dude's a stud. He's a walking bucket. He's trying to just force the NBA to draft him, so I'm all here for that.
You don't tell Terrence Shannon to force too many things. I have UConn against the spread, minus 12.5 going up against Villanova. I've also got Antonio Reeves over his total points going up against Alabama in that shootout. Guys, that's going to do it for NCAA basketball plays and props for Saturday, February 24th slate of games. If you guys enjoyed the content, please sure to drop a like on this video and subscribe to the channel below. See you guys next video, and thanks for watching. Super Bowl. We also have 12,000 subs coming right around the bend. We're at 10,200. We're going to give away 2 tickets to anybody to any game they want. NBA, NFL, college basketball. It doesn't matter. We can wait until the new season for NFL. Any game you want to go, whenever we get to 12K, we're going to have that giveaway coming up as well. We also have a new game. It's going to be Trey and myself versus the Bear Pack. You can call it Pros versus Joes if you want. I don't really like the name because I don't consider us pros. I don't consider you guys Joes. But Trey, if you want to go to the YouTube channel, this is how you guys play. You're going to go to our YouTube channel. You're going to hit the community tab. We've been in the community tab a lot this season. You're going to go to the community tab. We have our plays for the day. So obviously the intro is not going to have plays for today, but these are our plays for our next video. It's the Pelicans -2.5, the Heat -5, Quinnipiac -4.5, and Wisconsin -10.5. Those are Trey's and myself's plays. What you guys are going to do is pick which one you think will not hit, meaning you're going to fade us, which is pros versus Joes, which is the game called. But you guys are going to try to pick which one is not going to hit. If you guys win, you're going to get a point. If we win, we're going to get a point. We're going to run it Friday through Friday every single week. Whichever team has the most wins, so 4-3, 6-2, whatever it is, that person or group will win $50. If the community wins, we're going to do a wheel spin for the community. If we win, I don't know how we're going to get our cheddar, but you guys are just going to have to subscribe, I guess, more. But that's the game. Hopefully everybody understands it. Trey, let's get into the video. Look at the leaderboard. We had multiple questions this morning about how to become a member for the YouTube channel. Let's do that really quick tutorial. You're going to go to youtube.com. You're going to go to Bears Profit Plays. You're going to search it in. You're going to hit our thing. There's a join button right just to the right of subscribe. You're going to click that. There's two options. You have the Bear Pack for $4.99. That gives you access to YouTube member plays. And then you have the Bear Pack Gold for $7.99 a month. That gives you access to our member plays on YouTube. And it gives you a 1-month membership to our website, bearsprofitplays.com. So if you get the Bear Pack Gold, you save yourself $2 a month. A little bit cheaper if you want to do that. But that is the tutorial for anybody that needed it. We had multiple questions today through email about how to do it, and it wasn't working. But if you want to know, there it is right there. Trey,